clunks, it bangs, it does everything, I don't know, like old Harley maybe. Well, it's finally stopped raining, and I have some work to do on the Aprilia. Namely, I got to do a valve check, valve adjustment. So that's why I have it out here on its stands, getting ready to put it on the con stand, side stand, which is, if I had to guess, this goes here, this one goes in there, and that'll support it while I do whatever work needs to be done. I'll throw a fresh set of tires on it, getting this thing ready to go to Daytona in about a month. But while I had everything taken out of the garage, something that I don't get to see often, it's not the two Harleys, they're there. It's not these, because they're always in and out. But this one, this is a 2008-7 Buell Blast. And it's been sitting for a while. We've got a little issue with the transmission on it. Long story on that. I may not have explained myself the best way to Shantae when I said, you kind of need to kick it into gear. She took that literally, my fault. But it has, let's see, 1,430 miles on it, right? 1,439, so almost 1,440. And it's not been, I don't know when the last time this thing ran. But what I think I need to do, because I need some space, is see if it'll run, warm it up, drain the, I don't even know if it has gas. It probably has gas. No, it's got some gas. Need to drain the gas. I want to drain the oil. And then I'll probably pull the battery and then hump it down the stairs, and it'll sit there for a while until we figure out what we're doing with it. But it's just such a cool and such a fun little bike. I mean, you know, I think they caught a bad rap, but it's a shame if they caught it, why they caught that bad rap. I've heard the whole story. Eric Buell hated it, blah, 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 blah. But it's such a fun little bike to run around in. And I think it looks cool. So let me turn the fuel on and see if I can get this thing started. I think I have the fuel on. I know I checked the oil. There's no oil in the frame. So this bike actually stores the oil in the frame. And I know they sump. I had a bad experience with a friend of mine, my friend Sam's bike. The drain is actually right here. It's a drain and a vent. It's kind of easy to do. So I think I have the fuel on. It is in neutral. Let's see if it starts. Come on. Really? Oh. Hey, look at that. It runs. I'm telling you, it has to be a year since it started, at least. So it has an auto enrichener. There's no choke, which makes it a little awkward because once it's warmed up, oh look, it's smoking off everything. Once it's warmed up, it will start up on high idle even if it doesn't really need it. High beam works. Horn works. Yeah, so it starts up on high idle even if it doesn't need it. I think it's I don't know, it's an awkward feature of the machine. Oh, it's such a cool little bike though. It'll settle down into an idle as the auto enrichener heats up. It's electronic, so it'll heat up and it'll let it eventually calm down. So we'll let it do that and check the air pressure in the tires, maybe take it for a spin around the block. So the problem this bike has is the I want to say it's the transmission shift drum that's messed up, and so the drum doesn't want to turn smoothly. You kind of got to go easy with it to, you know, get it into the gears and stuff. Easy fix, just haven't gotten around to it. I love that this thing is so tiny. that it literally could just fit right through here. Oh, it's so tiny. Oh, it's so much fun though. So I'm not sure how much fuel this thing even has in it. I'm not going to run it for too long. I just want to get it warmed up. I want the oil circulating. Just get it nice and warm before shutting it down, draining the fuel, and really, I guess, getting it set up to sit for an extended amount of time. Thumper. Somebody told me that's what they call these, thumpers, a single cylinder. It's a half a Sportster engine. I think it's like, I don't know, 30 horsepower. I can tell you it has a 100-mile-an-hour speedometer. It does not do 100, it does like 99. It's just such a fun little machine, you know. Clunks, it bangs, it does everything, I don't know, like old Harley maybe. I mean, it is Evo based, right? It's Evo Sportster based. It's just half an Evo Sportster. But it's so light, it just handles so well. You know, especially city streets and stuff. It's like, you want to talk about the ultimate commuter? This has to be the ultimate commuter. Well, the ultimate commuter once that shifter drum is fixed. Which is kind of annoying because it's my fault, but with so few miles, it sucks to have to, I think you got to split the case to fix it. Which again, that really sucks. Split the case on a 1,439 mile Buell Blast. Rear brake works. I guess didn't want to wait for the red light. And definitely, I think the carburetor on these is kind of funky, just because it's got that electronic choke enrichener, one of those things. I don't know. Stick with choke. It's not a choke. Fun little machine. 1,440 miles. All right, that'll be where it sits. Anyway, that's it. Just a short little rip. Just put a mile on it. Put a little heat in it. Get the oil out of the sump so that I can then drain it. See, finding neutral, a little hard. But yeah, just such a cool little machine. Alright. I'll let it idle for a second and shut it down, drain the oil, figure out what I'm going to do with it, and then get to what I'm actually out here to do. So, anytime I use, well, I've used it once. I used this on just the 959. But on the 959, I had to put two pieces on to get this to work. And I had to remove one because it got in the way. I don't know if this is going to get in the way, although I probably needed to do any work on the RS V4. Oh, tight. Whew. All right, this is definitely something that has a torque spec, which I'm gonna have to figure out what that is and tighten it to that torque spec. But for the purposes, that's funky. For today's purpose, I don't need to do that, because all I have to do is get this piece on there. I don't know if it'll be in the way. We shall find out. Not soon, but we'll find out. But yeah, if I put this in, then I should be able to hook the con stands up. That's the brand, it's the side stand that I use to do this type of stuff. I just like the fact that I can move the bike around, you know, in and out of the garage, anywhere I need to, and it gives me access top, bottom, and pretty much everywhere you need to get to, I guess, when you're doing this type of work. And then doesn't have to be super tight. And I was asked once, they said, how do you get it on and off? Because, you know, it can be a little bit of a pain. And I get it on and off, I put it on these stands first. Now it's time to figure out, there's like an adjustment on this to how much you want it to tilt, so that this way everything lines up. Also, this is loose. There's adjustments there. So I'll play with it, get it lined up, get it on, and then it's as simple as drop the hammer, well, handle, drop the hammer, and we get this thing going. So just to make life easier when lining these up, I took it off the main stand, but that's what holds it up. So it just slots in right there, and it supports the entire weight of the bike. So I'll pop it back on, get this thing on the stand. So I don't have the most even space, I think, to work. So I often will just wrangle this thing in place like this. But once it's fully in place and I let the lock go, there we are, up off the ground. Pull the stands away. It's completely supported. It's ready to have anything you need done to it, done. And it moves around nice and easy. So I can pull it in the garage, bring it out of the garage, anything I need. And it goes relatively low. Looks like the front tire is just touching, which is fine because I'll end up pulling the tires out. And at this height, it clears. That's pretty much all I wanted to do today, or show you guys today. I have all the parts in from AF1 Racing to do the valve adjustment, everything except for the shims. I'll determine what shims I need when I get it apart. I don't have the exhaust. I have it ordered. It's from SC Project. It's coming from Italy, which who knows what that means. But I ordered a 250 millimeter exhaust with a functioning valve because I like traveling with this bike. This bike is so much fun and so comfortable that I think I needed to tone it down. Chris really hated this bike, and I'll admit he's not wrong. The CRT exhaust on this with no in-pipe cat was stupid. Was just stupid loud. But I'm going to try to resolve that with a nice piece that has a DB killer, that has a valve, you know, an exhaust valve, So I'll do that. I'll do my valve adjustment and a fresh set of tires. It should be good to ride down to Daytona. But yeah, I love using this stand just for this type of stuff, because it's just so easy to move around, you know. Pull the wheels, it could stay without wheels. Pull it all apart, it stays all apart. Not a problem. So I'm gonna get to, I guess, start taking things apart. But I just wanted to share that and the little Buell. The Buell is it's just so much fun. Now I'm gonna drain it and get it ready to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but she's just a fun little machine. I just wanted to share it. It never comes out, and I just wanted to share the existence of this thing. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting. Let me know what you think of the Buell, and let me know what you think of touring on an Aprilia. This is why I got this bike. This bike is just fast, handles, comfortable. It's got saddlebags that the other one's removed right now. Just, in my opinion, like, if I had a choice of what bike of all the bikes here to take anywhere, it's this one. Anyway, ride safe, rubber side down. I'll catch you next time.